Bojuj za Impérium jako komandérka Iden Versio. Velitelka týmu pro speciální operace jednotky Inferno neboli Peklo. Hlavní příběh. Začneme hezky od začátku. Obtížnost střední. Před dávnými časy v daleké galaxii. Invisible Fate, povstalecký bezpečnostní křižník.
Captain, she's highly trained. Deception, infiltration, extraction. She's special forces.
Iden Versio. Inferno Squad. Commander Versio. He must be important. Look at me. So let's talk facts. That's what I'm here for. You have the activation code. I've got the ability to help you out. Just give me the code. You know we can really use someone like you. Just help me and I'll help you. It's that easy. I'm gonna get what I want eventually. My best technicians are slicing into your droid right now. Take on my offer. All I want is the code. The Empire's time has come. You don't have to go down with it.
You're right. The Empire's time has come. VZ 626.
What have we here? An ID-10 tactical droid. You're way more advanced than the ID-9. Slicing into you is not going to be easy.
Might I suggest a less invasive procedure?
Wish I could, but we don't have the droid's access code.
Might I suggest finding the access code?
The captain's working on that in the detention center. Until then, the only way to access this droid's data is to pry the memory
Dostaneš šok.
out of its shell.
Analysis shows this ID-10 has been... It appears the ID-10 has been remotely activated.
Droid, execute the plan. Download the ship schematics from their computers, then come find me.
Jasně.
Attention crew, we have an enemy droid on the loose. Send reinforcements immediately. That is what I can say.
Všechno to tady ošetříme a vypadne. Jo, to je jenom kamera, jasně. Náš cíl.
Use the ventilation system to reach me.
Please, stop that!
Co ty? Jsi taky šok? Tenhle ten robot s nožičkami je fakt směšný. Tak a teď najdem tu ventilaci. Jo.
You worry too much. Do I? You know who's in our cell block, right? Something shot Imperial. What the?
To nic. Oh. Rychle, rychle. Pryč odsud.
Command wants to report on that Imperial transmission we intercepted. Thanks. We need any information that could be crucial to the Death Star attack at Endor.
Remember, you don't have security clearance. You'll have to slice open doors.
Jo, je mi to jasný. Detektor ukazuje, jak moc jsou si povstalci vědomí naší přítomnosti. Když bliká, jsou si nás plně vědomi.
Hey, how's that decryption coming along? Command is expecting updates before Endor as possible.
Taking longer than expected. The encryption is surprisingly complex.
Nikdo nic se nestalo, všechno je v pořádku. A půjdem dál, nebudem čekat, než se nám tu znova nabije. Aha, vezmu to zase větračkou. Větrací šachtou. Jenom musíme počkat, až se všichni otočí zády. Snad dobrý. Rychle, rychle.
First we intercept the Imperial message, then we capture a Special Forces trooper. Plus they just located the new Death Star. Green Squadron, Corona Squadron, Blade Squadron, Red Squadron. We're really gonna win the war. I can feel it in my bones.
Pryč, pryč, pryč! Stisni LB a RB pro sken. Vylepšená sledovací technologie. No, uvidíme, co to dělá. Jo. To je dobrý.
activated from one of their terminals. Contact me when it's done.
Jasně.
You were right. This ion cannon's power coupling is fried.
If you're done, regroup with me. It's time.
Jasně, jasně. Vydrž. Hned to bude.
I hear you through the vent. You're close.
Aha.
Right on time. Let's go.
Agent Hask, do you read me?
Loud and clear, Commander Versio. You're right on time.
I'm moving to the communications center.
Copy that.
Once I've located and destroyed the stolen Imperial message, I will signal for extraction.
Hey, that's enough! You're locked up until after Endor. After that, we'll figure out what to do with you. So, until then, just sit down and be quiet.
Tichý sejmutí pomocí tlačítka, které jste mohli vidět. Dobrý. Chtěl by to vzít jeho zbraň. To by bylo úplně super. Bohužel to zatím nejde. Osvobodit toho vězně by taky nebylo od věci. Ale... Šok eliminuje nepřátele, pokud je ukazatel plný. Pokud dobře zamíříme, můžeme dokonce zneškodnit i vozidla. Když Aiden poškozuje nepřátele, eliminuje nepřátele pomocí střel do hlavy nebo provádí nenápadné sejmutí. Ukazatel se naplňuje. Jo. Je to úplně jasný a to není co dodávat.
Have the rebels figured out you wanted to be caught?
Never crossed their mind.
To be fair, we're operating outside protocol. We should have just blown up their ship.
Would have raised too many questions. For this to work, we need to be subtle.
I understand, Commander.
This is Admiral Akbar, calling the Invincible Faith. By now, you are aware of the beacon directing Alliance ships to the Galan system. With this ruse, we will divert the Empire's attention away from Sullust. We are amassing the fleet in preparation for our attack on Endor. Join us. We need every available ship to strike a decisive blow.
The rebels still think we don't know about Sullust. They have no idea what's waiting for them at Endor.
We need to keep it that way. If the rebels decrypt that transmission before I delete it, everything will fall apart.
Nejlepší chvíle pro zmizení, když jsou všichni skoro všichni na jednom místě. Konečně. To je kamera? Cože? Jo. Co jsem si říkal. Zaplať pánbu. Je to bez pochyb normální bouchačka. Navíc máme ještě schopnost toho radaru. Což je úžasný. To nám hodně pomůže.
It's time. We're heading to Solace to meet with the rest of the fleet.
Pěkná práce, dvě mouchy jednou ranou.
Scan.
Hey?
Doufám, že to má tlumič. Zatím dobrý. Zatím se nás nikdo nevšiml.
Show me a scan.
Máte tu něco zajímavého? Když by se z něj aspoň vzít mu nějaká munice. Takhle pro něj žádný využití nemáme.
Agent Hask, I've reached the communication center. Deleting the message will trigger their alarm. Be ready for extraction.
Understood.
Slice this.
To nic.
I've located the encrypted intel.
This is Moff Wraith. We have new orders. The Imperial fleet will move to the far side of Endor. There we will wait for the rebels to attack. Then...
Purge complete. There's nothing for the rebels to learn.
Attention! An Imperial prisoner has escaped. She is extremely dangerous. Find her.
Agent Hask, it's time.
Beginning preparations.
I'll secure a blaster and reach the extraction point.
We found her!
Princezna Leia!
I'm on the move.
So is the Corvus.
Tak jo.
Droid, slice that. Disable now. Scan.
Tohle je úplně úžasný, no, když člověk vidí, odkud kdo běží.
Scan the area.
Opatrně. Takhle to bude lepší. Jednodušší.
Need a slice.
Třeba do ovládání dveří, aby si otevřel nebo zavřel. Jo. To se hodí, to je fajn.
Get him, droid.
Vem si ho.
Looking for enemies. Looking for enemies. Need to disable. Threat analysis. Scan the area. Slice that.
Pryč odsud.
Scanning.
Je nesmrtelný. Vlítni na něj, doražo. Dobrý.
Threat analysis. Agent Hask, I'm in position.
Understood, Commander. Prepare for extraction. 3, 2, 1.
Adios, amigos. Tak to je mazec. Tomu říkám souhra. A rychle do hyperprostoru, no jasně. Ha.
Agent Hask.
Commander on deck.
At ease.
Mission accomplished, Commander.
0 casualties. Looks like you're still second in command.
Oh, I'm patient. I can wait.
Agent Miko, those jump calculations were perfect.
Thank you, ma'am. Hope the landing wasn't too rough.
Been through worse. Remember the Job S incursion?
Still haunts my dreams.
Contact the Admiral.
Yes, Commander. And the message?
The fleet's location is still safe. Today, the rebellion dies.
Doufám, že se mýlíš. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Hvězdní války, bitevní pole 2. O nějaký čas později. Endor, aktuální pozice Hvězdy smrti.
Shit. You fool. Get me Inferno squad, now.
Commander Versio, report.
We have eyes on a rebel recovery team, Admiral, but we're too late to capture the saboteurs.
What's the status of the Death Star's shield generator?
Worse than expected. There's no way to repair or reactivate.
Then our battle station is vulnerable. Eliminate the rebels and return to the Corvus. The Emperor's plan must not fail.
Yes, sir. Agent Hask with me. Agent Miko, cover us from here. One target, dead ahead. Follow my lead.
Understood, Commander.
No, ten si o to vyloženě říká.
Tell General Solo this might take a while. If there's anything to recover, we'll find it, but the damage is extensive. We got a lot of wreckage to sift through.
I'll let him know. Regroup with the others when you're done. Careful, Commander. Single target on the trail ahead.
Jo.
You're up.
We should be hunting Imperials, not standing around.
Odemčeny nové schopnosti. Předvoj pro série zabití. Vylepšená verze předvoje, která zvyšuje jeho dobu trvání pokaždé, když porazíme nepřítele. Mohli bychom to vyzkoušet. Hvězdné karty mohou buď vylepšit unikátní schopnosti, nebo je úplně nahradit. Každá postava a loď může být vybavena až 3 kartami. Taková brokovnice se bude bez pochyb hodit.
On 2 strike teams. One at the bunker, the other patrolling near the fallen walker.
Good spotting, Agent. We'll take it from here. It's over. The bunker is secure. Show me threats.
No, tak takhle to vypadalo po té, co to tady rebelové zničili. Je fajn to vidět.
Weapons free. Neutralize all targets.
Understood.
Uj, to bylo těsný.
Show me threats. Scan the area. That's all of them. Regroup and prepare to move out.
Regrouping.
Clear.
Okay, those can't be all of them. Those rebel commanders must have already moved on.
We should too.
We're near platform 4.
Is there a shuttle there?
No, TIE fighters only.
Even better.
We should move carefully. We don't know how many rebels are out here.
No, we'll deal with them the same as the rest. Today we wipe out that scum once and for all.
Co jsi říkal?
Look alive, agents. We can grieve later. Right now, we need to move.
On you, Commander.
We need to reach Platform 4 and secure those TIE fighters. That's our only way back to the Corvus. Agent Miko, scout ahead.
Yes, Commander.
Agent Hask, contact the Eviscerator. I need to speak with the Admiral.
Yes, Commander. Patching you through now.
Admiral, Inferno Squad is evacuating Endor. What's the situation?
Vice Admiral Sloan has ordered a retreat. We're pulling out of the system. Make it to your ship, Commander. Survive. I will send you the rendezvous coordinates.
Yes, sir. We'll contact you when we reach the Corvus.
I don't understand how this happened. The trap was perfect.
Someone made a mistake. High Command overlooked something crucial again.
No, there has to be more to it. The rebels were outnumbered and outgunned.
It's simple. The Emperor underestimated the strength of our enemy, and we paid the price.
Commander, permission to speak freely.
Granted.
I know we're alone, Aiden, but that sounded treasonous.
Look to the sky, Hask. It's not treason if it's the truth. Scan, please.
Podezřelý ticho.
Heads up, Commander. Rebel patrol headed your way.
Thank you, Agent Miko. We'll take care of them.
Bylo mi jasný, že to nebude trvat věčně.
Bunker is right here. Heavy weapons stash according to reports.
I have
Get
a visual
inside,
on the
get
patrol.
what we can. We're taking the team back from the Empire.
Rein it in, Agent. You don't fire until I do.
If it were that easy, the Empire would have fallen over Yavin 4. Even if it were, this moon's still crawling with Imperials. We're not out of this yet.
Hope we get a medal for this.
I know.
Commander, I've got eyes on a rebel ambush. We lost a shuttle and our men are overrun.
Keep scouting, Agent. We'll see what we can do. Looking for enemies. We have to help our troopers. Go. Stand your ground and return fire!
Inferno Squad!
The Empire is evacuating Endor. Push back these rebels.
Understood, Commander. We're with you.
Každý posil je dobrý. Ač bych teda nejradši postřílel ty Stormtroopery, ale nejde to.
Scan.
Dobrý?
That's all of them. Time to keep moving.
We weren't expecting special forces.
That's the point, Sergeant.
All the same, we're in your debt, Commander.
Raketomet. Třeba se nám bude hodit, když by tady byl nějaký tank, nebo něco takového.
You heard Inferno. Time to evacuate. Nothing more we can do here. We need to find a shuttle. Commander, I'm hearing reports of enemy transports landing across Endor. They're deploying troops all over this moon.
We won't be here much longer.
Fan out, you careful. We've already lost 2 patrols in this area.
Důstojníci efektivňují své spojence a mohou nasadit obranné věže. Pokud je to možné, tak vždy jako první likvidují důstojníky. Jo? Dobrý nápad.
Be ready, Agent Hask.
I saw a few more carriers in the main sector. Cargo and capital ships are moving in. That's...
Mám tě.
Threat analysis.
Really go for a
Go for the stun. Scanning.
Got a visual!
Looking for enemies. We're done here. Agent Miko, what's your position?
I've rallied a squad near the platform. Waiting on you and Agent Hask before we move in.
On our way. Agent Miko, situation report.
Commander, rebels have seized platform 4. It's gonna be a fight to take it back.
Looks like you're ready for it. Troopers, we're gonna take back that platform and evacuate this moon. And then we're gonna make the rebellion pay.
Yes, Commander. We're with you.
For the Empire!
Fajn, jdeme na věc.
Slice this.
Nové schopnosti odemčeny. Rušička, oslepovací granát a štít. Štít chrání Aiden před střelbou z blástrů a výbušninami. Přenosným deflekt... řekněme odrážecím štítem. Oslepovací granát se rozdělí do několika fragmentů, které oslepí nepřítele. Jo, to dobře známe. A udělí malé poškození. Akce při znovumáčknutí tlačítka je rozdělení granátu na fragmenty. Jo. Rušička a modifikované zneškodňovací zařízení, které vytvoří výbuch ionizované energie přehřívající nepřátelské zbraně. Zneškodňující výbušniny a dočasně zneškodňující věže. To je dobrá věcička.
Show me threat. Open fire! We don't have a shot!
A sakra.
We need to take down that walker!
Aha.
That armor's too strong for a blaster!
Si berete ta bazuka, jo.
Need to disable.
Tak a už to má za sebou.
I repeat, the ATST is down.
Even with superior firepower, the rebels can't win. Rebels neutralized.
The platform is ours. Get to the lift. Meet me at the top to secure those ties.
Yes, Mom. Copy.
Tohle už potřebovat asi nebudem. Když tak kdyby náhodou, to líp. Taková palebná síla se bude hodit.
Commander, contact on the platform. Enemy forces are sabotaging our ships and preventing an escape.
Take them down. And secure the TIE fighters for our escape.
Suppress and extract. I'm looking forward to it.
Push forward! Task, take the first tie. Get the corpus ready for retreat.
Yes, Commander.
Oh, 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 oh.
Scan. Agent Miko, that's your TIE fighter.
I'll cover you until you escape.
No, leave now. I'm first in, last out.
Taking off, Commander.
I'm right behind you. Starfighter secured. See you up there, Agent.
Rychle pryč odsud.
The Admiral created Inferno so something like this wouldn't happen again.
I know. Hard to believe this is all that's left.